To say the weather off the coastline of Japan is a bit messy would be an understatement today. We have three named tropical systems. We have Maria, Suntin, and also a new one, which is likely going to be called Impil, developing near the Ogasawara Islands. Going to talk about these storms. Also going to talk a little bit about what's going on in the Philippines associated with this in just a second, mainly that monsoonal inflow. But here's a look at the satellite picture of our three storms. Let's start with Maria, which made landfall here about 15 hours prior to recording this on the evening of the 12th of August. And you know what? This brought a lot of rain. Actually, record-breaking rain totals in parts of Iwate Prefecture. 482 millimeters reported there in the course of 72 hours. That is an absurd amount of precipitation. Naturally, this has resulted in some flooding, flight delays at Sendai's airport as well as this moved overhead there. And you know what? Now moving just right over Mori, but continuing the weekend, but still a very windy, messy storm system. Not a full-on typhoon, but I'm sure having its decent impacts. Pretty unusual to have a storm this far north in Japan. Meanwhile, we're looking at Suntin, which, by the way, you know what? Not the most organized of storms. Basically, a lot of dry air wrapping into this. The low-level circulation completely exposed as it moves towards the northwest, and fully anticipated on weakening out here as that dry air continues to envelop it. Remember that these storms are kind of rotating around an upper level low right in there, so you get this monsoonal flow just like that. That's why I've been calling this monsoonal trough. Positive vorticity rate in here could develop our next storm, which is likely going to move off towards the north along that flow. And then you have Suntin, which is also continuing to move there, and that's expected to weaken as it moves off just like that. Now, since this is so far north, it is very dependent on passing troughs with the jet stream here, and you can see there is a trough just off there towards the north. Suntin's right in there. That's going to be hitting this area of vertical wind shear and also disrupting it. And then you're also looking at kind of this thin line in the monsoonal trough right in here for development. That's where this guy is, and it does look like this could actually kind of shift and come out just like that towards the Tokyo area. So let's break this down. Let's look at the broader picture on what I would call a hot mess here in the tropical Western Pacific. And here's a look at water vapor imagery, giving you an idea of Maria after that moved on shore right there. You have your secondary low with dry air wrapping it around from behind here. Actually, let's watch this loop right through. See how the dry air right there is digging into it. You got some cirrus clouds right like that. That's providing the upper level shear. So Suntin doesn't have a long time to really go here. And then this second storm, that has a lot of moisture inflow behind it. So here comes our first two. JMA pretty much dropping that one off the picture. And then we watch this as it moves towards the north and potentially very close, as mentioned, to central Honshu around the Tokyo area. Actually, these winds just kind of indicating in the pink, the darker pinks, that is, or at least the red, 75 to 80 kilometers per hour. Inner core, that dark pink, is actually indicating typhoon strength around that eye. So, yeah, I mean, this is actually saying we have the potential for a developing eye wall off the coast of Chiba Prefecture for the ACMWF model outlook, which I think is possible given the moisture and if that shear does back off just a bit here. So watch this parade of storms. Here's your first one to a Suntin weakening out. The new one, which would be called Ample, strengthening off the coast. And you know what? Just a slight difference here could make a big difference on impacts in Tokyo, by the way. Per this forecast, it would not be much of an impact at all, but a slight shift towards the west. The Kanto Plain would be getting hit more so than Chiba Prefecture and coastal areas of Chiba, and extending up the coast of Tohoku as well. So, you know, there's some uncertainty here, and I think if looking at this broader picture of 1, 2, 3 storm systems doesn't give you that sense of uncertainty, I don't know what will, because it's just a mess. But if I was anywhere along the coastal areas of central areas of Japan, I'd be keeping in a very, very close eye on this one, because it definitely has that potential of becoming a typhoon right near Tokyo. But like I said, all guidance kind of keeps it offshore just for the time being. All right, so looking at the forecast for Tuesday in Japan, yes, Sapporo still looking at some showers from Maria as it pulls away. All right, pulling back the picture. let's take a look at what's happening here in the broader scheme of things, because of course we have our 2 storms, but we're also looking at monsoonal inflow for northwestern Luzon. Also even a little tropical wave by midweek, maybe passing over Guam too, increasing showers out there for you. I have a separate video on this channel discussing about that, but I'm keeping an eye on that one. Last thing we need is another storm coming in from this direction. So we have this one. Once again, Suntin right there, and the river of moisture, this monsoonal inflow coming in from the south and west. It's, oh, goodness gracious. A lot happening here. It's hard to pinpoint exactly where to talk about, but the key thing I want you to know is if you're in central and northern Japan, prepare for a possible typhoon. In Guam, you have this easterly wave, and in northwestern areas of Luzon, you're going to continue to see this enhanced monsoonal flow. It's not the craziest rain of all, but definitely increasing showers across parts of Ilocos Norte all the way down towards San Fernando. I mean, look at this by Thursday's afternoon's outlook. Even the Cagayan Valley, even over towards Manila, all getting in on some of that increase in the precipitation here as we look ahead through Thursday, Friday, and even into Saturday too. Yeah, so look at the flyover. You know, it doesn't mean you're dry in the south either. Parts of Mindoro still looking at some scattered showers just because of afternoon rains. You know, some people are saying, you know, it really depends on where you are on Cebu. The East Coast has been getting rain. The West Coast has been remaining dry. Mountains here have a lot to do with a lot of these impacts, and boy, that can't be even stressed more so in places like Baguio, where it's 23, but you've been getting rain about every day thanks to this westerly flow continuing to dominate. So Manila on and off showers, really picking up Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, all thanks to this enhanced monsoonal flow, which continues to dominate there for you. Looking at, well, our Patreon real quick. Yeah, thanks for everybody who signed up. If you want to continue to support this channel, if you like these updates, or you want more from your area, or if you're an advertiser, check out our Patreon. Hey, Cebu, looking at on and off showers there as well. Highs into the 30s, lows into the mid-20s, while Baguio is the highlight of this forecast because, boy, it is messy there. Highs only into the lower 20s. So stay dry out there, guys. Hey, as I said, a big thanks for everybody who continues to support this channel. If you want, I do have an option for advertisers, or a specific forecast for your area. Maybe you have a business or something. Check that out if you want to. It's something I've been trying to work on, trying to get more out of. I probably should do a separate video just specifically discussing that. So that's all for today. If you have questions, though, let me know. Number one thing, of course, as always, is stay safe out there. I'm going to keep you posted on these storms because, boy, it is a mess. I'll tell you that. A lot of rain in northern areas of Japan. Stay safe out here.